Welcome back to my next playthrough series. Yes, we're back to Genisys. Terminator Genisys, Rise of the Resistance. This is going to be Mission 02. We're going to get into the details of the mission here in a second. This is the map all laid out. I've got some extra tokens and things in my little laser line lock indicator. We have two enemies this time. Again, we have the hunter-killer drones. We have the T-800s. That's all we know of so far. We get to carry over our weapons from Mission 1, so I have given our Terminator, we're going to be playing with the Guardian, we're going to be playing with Kyle, Reese, and Alex once again, the three players we had last time. So Kyle, Reese in yellow, our Terminator red, Alex in blue. We have 3 spawn points on the board. I'll show you the map here in the book here when we get to the mission. We do get a class card now for each of our characters, and I've chosen one of those. We're going to take a look at that when we look at our characters. So bottom line, carrying over the weapons, we ended up having a piece of equipment and 2 weapons for each character. So we're going to take a look at that. So we're going to take a look at our characters right now, starting with the Guardian, and then we're going to get into the specifics of the mission, what we're trying to accomplish here for Mission 02. And I'm not sure we'll have time for a turn, but we might. We'll see what happens. So let's get taking a look at the Guardian. Alright, not sure how great this is focusing, but we'll just deal with it. So, of course, red dice for him. He's got high explosive rounds this time. He can ditch this, get +1 hit on all of his attacks for his turn. We're going to I'll pull up his card and show you this here in a second. So he basically has an attack action. He can use, if he's adjacent, he rolls 2 dice and attacks, or 3 dice roll attacks 2 adjacent enemies. He's got an extra rest spot. He has a defensive fist capability. We saw this on the playthrough of the first mission. When defending, he ignores 1 hit. So he's starting off again with his plasma shotgun, range of 4, rolling 4 dice. If he gets a 6, he can ignore 1 Terminator symbol. And I'm giving him the plasma rifle, range of 8, putting a 6 on it. It's got 2 attack spaces. The 6 is he gets to re-roll a die. 3 dice, range of 8. Alright, he has a class card now, which we got from leveling up after the first mission. And of course 1 rank token unless you re-roll either your attack dice or your action dice once during the mission. That's it, then the token goes away. So he's got the assault class, and he basically has an extra wound spot. Now this space is an extra wound slot, so instead of taking 3 and then your 4th wound you're down, we're going to be putting the 4th wound on here, and the 5th wound you're down. So that gives him an extra bit of health. And he's got some extra movement. Now whenever you use a move action space, you can move 1 additional hex, even if you are down. Because normally if you're down, you can only use 1s, and you can only move 1 space then obviously when you're moving. Alright, that's our Guardian for Mission 2. Let's take a look now at Kyle Reese. Alright, Kyle Reese is in yellow, so we're using the yellow dice for him. He's got 3 health. Once again, he can use this space as copying an attack space on one of his weapons, and you don't pay additional movement when you move through obstacles, the yellow spaces, so he can just go through them for 1 movement instead of 2. And when he's attacking, if he rolls a fist, he does 1 extra hit. Alright, we give him the plasma canister again. He can dump this off, pull the dice off any one of his weapons and re-roll them, use them for anything else. We're giving him the machine gun because he gets when he rolls a fist, he does an extra hit. So the machine gun's kind of the best match for him. Range of 2 to 8, rolling 3 dice. Use a 4, 5, 6. You get to attack a second target with the machine gun. And we're also giving him the Plasma Rifle Mark II, range of 8, 3 dice. If he uses a 4, 5, 6, he can re-roll 1 die result, which is really cool. It's got 2 attack spaces. And his class is Gunner, and this is cool for him. So he gets an extra attack spot. This action space copies an attack action space of one of your equipped weapon cards. So he basically has that twice. So he could go nuts and fire 4 times with basically he can shoot all of his dice for attack. So he's going to be our killer. And this is awesome because that ability is ongoing. It says whenever you assign a die to an attack action space, you can increase or decrease the value by 1. And he's got 2 weapons that need a 4, 5, and 6. So if he increases the value of a 3 to a 4, he gets the special abilities on both of them. So this is a really good match for Kyle. I like it. All right, let's take a look at our last character, Alex, our hacker. And I apologize for the glare on the cards. I'll probably lift these ones up and show you. So of course he's a blue character. He has blue. Oh, I forgot we have tokens for their grenades as well. I know. Glare because I sleeved the cards because I really don't want this game to get last a long time. So I put some good sleeves on him. So he's got 1 rank token. Everyone starts with 1 rank token. And he's got his special card. So his special abilities is when you're using an interact action space, you just set the die to any value. So he's very cool for hacking computers, opening doors, and that kind of thing. And this one is special. He can put a die matching a spawn point location on here, and then anyone can use that to switch spawn locations to this value. So that's pretty cool. And he has a defensive ability. So when he's defending, he can re-roll all of the infiltrator Terminator heads, which is the symbol here, if he rolls this symbol here, the fist. So there we go, that's how that works. He's got the plasma assault rifle. It's just got a range of 6, 3 dice. If you use a 5 or 6 on it, you get to re-roll a result. It's got 2 locations. And the net gun we picked up from mission 1. Range of 2 to 6, and you just have to roll any hits and you stun 1 or 2 enemies depending on how many hits. And he's got an EMP grenade. Saw how that worked. Mission 1, it actually stuns Terminators in the zone. Very cool. Alright, he's got Survivor class. He has an extra wound as well now, so that's cool. He has an extra defensive ability. It says after defending, move up to 2 hexes. You can use this ability even if you're down. So if someone's shooting at him and he's defending, he gets to move 2 spaces. Alright, that's it. We're going to backhammer it a little bit, and we're going to read the intro to the mission and find out just what's going on for mission 2. Alright, so we have a nice little graphic here on the mission 2, a diversion. So it says, although we'd escaped the bunker with most of the recovered supplies, the machines were on us the second we got back outside. John, Kyle, and the Guardian lay down a barrage of cover fire, taking them by surprise while I floored the gas pedal to get us out of there. But the road was blocked off by the machines, and the bursts of plasma fire they returned left us with no choice. I spun the wheel and stomped on the gas, driving us deeper into the abandoned base. The machines hot on our dusty trail. John, Kyle, and the T-800 kept wasting them, but for every one that went down in a sparking tangle of busted titanium limbs, 2 more appeared to take their place. We need to draw them off so the others can get away, John shouted, ducking as a plasma bolt nearly grazed his head. There, head for that. The that he was referring to was an odd depression in the ground. Pulling up to it, we found a set of large double doors set at an angle in the dirt. Guardian, get us inside, John ordered. The T-800 jumped down and ran to the doors while we unleashed a withering blaze of cover fire at the oncoming machines. Then, we're in. It shouted back. Alex, Kyle, you're with me, John called. It turned to my replacement driver. We'll pull them off you. 3 clicks due east is a rear exit. Haul ass and meet us over there. Don't be late. John leaped off the truck as it roared away, crouching near the door. I sprayed the approaching endos with heavy fire, catching one in the face and sending it sprawling backward, but half a dozen more approached. There burst of purple plasma, scoring burns in the heavy doors. Go, go, John shouted as he double-timed over to us. Inside now. With a last blast of the metal enemies on our trail, I charged down the steps into the maze of dark corridors, where we hoped to lose our pursuers and not end up entombed here. Alright, so we're basically, remember we got our supplies in the truck at the end of mission 1, and now we are hightailing it back into another underground bunker base, while the truck's going to hightail it and hopefully draw out fire to an exit point. So let's take a look at the map. I'll explain that, and then we're going to take a look at our objectives and such for this mission. Alright, so in a high level view, we are here. This is the blast doors. We just came in. Of course, we're going to be getting chased by Terminators because it's a spawn point. We're sitting here. We have to go all the way up and around and get all the way up to this point up here. If you can just see at the very top of the game board there. And we have to be there for a while to meet the truck. So let's take a look in the book itself. So if you want to see the actual layout of the map, that's it there, with everything laid out as you can see here. So let's take a look at our objectives. Our objectives must be completed in order. All characters must reach Waypoint Echo. And Waypoint Echo is the one way up there. Yes, it's a long ways away. All characters must survive until the truck arrives. See mission special rules. We'll look at that in a second. And the reward, if we pull it off, all characters keep their weapons and equipment and gain another rank token. Shuffle level 2 weapon cards and equipment into the respective decks. So this time we're still using the level 1 weapons and level 1 equipment. And Supply Crate and Blast Door. We've seen that in the first mission. Supply Crate, you interact with it on a 4, 5, 6, and then you get to draw 2 equipment cards to see what they are. Keep them. Keep one of them, or what have you. In the Blast Door, you need a 6 to open it, but we have Alex the hacker, so we'll probably be able to get through that. Alright, waypoints, use Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, and Echo. Place Delta and Echo where indicated. Shuffle the remaining A, B, C, and place them face down at each waypoint icon on the map. So I've already done that. So we've got face down ones here, here, and here. Delta is right there, and Echo, of course, is where we're trying to get to. And this time we only have 5 enemies in the conga line. So for our Terminator, we have 3 Hunter Killers, then 2 T-800s, and then you can see how that works. If you had a 4th player, you would be using the white bases, but we're not. So we're just using the red. Red for our Terminator, blue for Alex, and yellow for Kyle. And this tells you how to set up for skirmish. Alright, I think that's it. And I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to show you this, but mission special rules. Opening the door, it's a standard blast door, so we need a 6. And the door divides a large zone into 2 smaller zones and will trigger a waypoint Delta when open. So this is our door here that we need to open, and it will trigger waypoint Delta. So once we open that door, we're going to get something happening. And enemy reinforcements, we're rolling 2 dice for that, as we saw in playthrough of mission 1. That's it. So we need to, as per the special rules, we need to get to Echo, and we have to spend, I believe, 2 rounds. The first round that we get to Waypoint Echo Zone, plus 1 extra round to get away in the truck, and we all have to be over there. So that's what's going to happen, and that's how we're going to try to get there. So I think we might be able to just have our first turn this episode. So we're going to zoom down here. We're going to figure out who's going first, and we're going to try to make a hightail all the way to Echo. And yeah, we've got a long way to traverse, and of course we're going to have all kinds of Terminators on our backside. So let's get going. Alright, of course I haven't mentioned that our starting zone is behind this blue line here on this tile. So I got Alex up here, our Guardian is here, and Kyle Reese is there. Alright, I think we're going to start off with... Kyle Reese, because he doesn't have any bonus life points. So we're going to get rolling our 4 yellow dice, and we're going to see what he gets. Alright, 4 yellow dice for Kyle, and what does he get? Oh man, those would have been so good for attacking, but also good for movement. So he gets a 6, 2 5s, and a 4. Alright, let's figure out what he wants to do with those. Alright, I think we're going to start with a 5 for movement for Kyle. So let's get him moving. We're going to get him moving 5 spaces. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to use a 5 again for his second movement token. He's going to get onto this cover, but he's going to jump into this zone when he does that, which is going to trigger this waypoint token. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's on a 1 cover, and he just got into this zone. So we flip over this waypoint token, and it's Charlie. So let's take a look at the book and see what Waypoint Charlie is about. He's got a 6 and 4 left. Alright, Waypoint Charlie. John estimated we were about halfway through the large underground complex. The machines have been relentless, dogging at us every turn. Thanks to each of us always being on Overwatch, they hadn't taken anyone down yet. But we weren't anywhere near safe. Every step through the darkness was fraught with danger and could have been our last. And my next one might have been as well if the Guardian hadn't pulled me back out of the way of the Endo's plasma rifle fire. Okay, wow. This one is replace the waypoint token with the next 2 enemies of your color in the enemy pool. Place 1 in the same hex as the waypoint token. The second must be adjacent to the first. Okay, so they were waiting for Kyle, but Kyle's got a 6 and 4 left. Oh yeah, maybe Kyle's going to spring something on them. All right, so the next two enemies for Kyle, they're both hunter-killers. So 2 hunter-killers, I guess we're laying in wait for him. So one is here, and we'll put one adjacent right here. And yes, he has a clear line of sight. Oh yeah, to both of them. Oh yes. All right, that was a good use of Waypoint Charlie, getting enemies sprung on us. So all good. We have a 6 and a 4 left for Kyle, and he's got a lot of weapons. So let's see what he wants to do with them. All right, Kyle doesn't even need to use his special ability because a 4, 5, or 6, remember he's got his ongoing, he can increase it by 1. Oh, we'll increase it to 5, why not? And he's going to put that on his Plasma Rifle Mark II, range of 3, rolling 3 dice, range of 8. You can re-roll 1 result. Let's get to the dice tray, and Kyle's going to be blasting at the first hunter-killer. All right, I'm liking this. So Kyle with his Plasma Mark II rifle is shooting. Hunter-killer gets to re-roll one of these. He gets 2 hits. Oh, this, okay. And he gets to re-roll 1. It was re-roll, right? Yes, re-roll 1 result. And so 4 hits, 2 defense for the hunter-killer. He blasts the first hunter-killer right out of his way. And I should have specified which one he was shooting at. Well, we have him shooting at the closest one. So that's going to go to the back of the conga line. Boom! Blasted. He's going to do exactly the same thing with his 6. He'll put that on his Plasma Rifle Mark II and shoot at the second one. Alright, he's going to be rolling 3 dice and... okay, well, actually he doesn't need to re-roll because he gets a hit on fist. So he does 3 hits. We can re-roll this because he can. Oh, wow. So basically Kyle gets 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets 5 hits against the second hunter-killer and just blows it right up. Yeah, Kyle wasting no time wasting enemies. Boom, and that's the end of that. That's the end of all of Kyle's dice. Now let's get to the dice tray. It is reinforcements time. All right, 2 dice for reinforcements, and we get a spawn at 4 and 6. But on the board, we only have spawns on a 1, 2, or 3. So we get no spawns for Kyle. Well, he got ambushed, but man, he just blew those hunter-killers away. All right, I think up next we're going to have our Guardian go. Now remember, he's got a special assault ability. Whenever you use a move action space, you can move 1 additional hex, even if you're downed. Let's get rolling up his dice and see what he's got. All right, 4 dice for our Guardian Terminator, and a 6, a 5, a 3, and a 2. I'm liking the sound of that. Let's get using those dice for him. Not that we want to leave Alex in the dust, but I think we are going to move a long ways. So we're going to start, we'll start with a 6 for movement for our Guardian Terminator. So he can move 7 spaces now with that. So we've already triggered this zone. We do have a crate here, though, and I wonder if we want to actually look inside of it. I don't know. Let's get him moving 7 and see where he ends up. So let's see. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we leave him there, then if Alex comes in and opens that crate, they can share whatever shows up. And I wonder if we want to do that. Which means, I don't know what else we want to do with our Terminator. I mean, we can move him way up as well. He can get onto this cover. But then Alex will just have to pop the crate by himself. We kind of want to keep our heroes together here. Hate just giving up all these dice. But there's really not much else we kind of want to do, because I think I want to have the Guardian in here when Alex opens this. So we're just going to leave it there for our Guardian Terminator, and we're going to roll up his spawns now, because I don't think we really want him to do anything else. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're just going to roll up for his spawn. And I'm too used to playing zombie, so it's not spawning, it's called reinforcements in this game. So the Terminator reinforcements, they only are going to show up at location 1, 2, and 3. And this time we get a 1 and a 5. So we only have a spawn on 1, and for our Guardian Terminator, that is a hunter-killer. Let's go to reinforcement point 1 and have the hunter-killer show up. Alright, long shot here because the hunter-killer shows up way over here. And it's got a long ways to come to get over to our character. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It can move 8. And it can fly over top of obstacles. It doesn't cost the hunter-killers extra movement. It is a long ways from being 2 away from any of our characters. And so that's going to be the end of our Guardian Terminator's turn. Up next, Alex. Let's roll up his dice and see what he's going to do. Alright, let's see what Alex gets for dice. And he gets 2 2s and 2 4s. Alright, let's get him using his dice. Okay, I think I want him to get adjacent to this crate, open it up, and then the Guardian Terminator and Alex could share whatever shows up. If it's 2 really good items, well, we'll see. So let's go ahead and use a 4 for movement for Alex. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he'll use another 2 for another bit of movement. 1, 2, he'll move up here beside the Guardian Terminator. And then he'll just, you know what, he'll use the 4, which is, he'll use the 2, I mean, for his special interact space. When using this interact space, you can change it to anything you want. He'll change it to a 6. You just need a 4, 5, 6 to open a crate. He opens the crate, which means the cover goes away as well. But when you open a crate, yeah, you get 2 equipment cards. So let's see what he gets for equipment cards. Let's hope we get something awesome. And yeah, I shuffle this every time just to totally randomize it. And yes, I put good Dragon Shield sleeves on these cards to keep things pristine. Alright, 2. And what did he find? A laptop computer and a plasma canister. The laptop computer, he already has this ability. So, and I don't think we want to give that to the Terminator. You know what we're going to do? We're going to dump the laptop computer. He just chucks it away, and our Guardian Terminator is going to throw away his high explosive rounds, and he's going to go ahead and grab the plasma canister instead. So that's what we're going to do. So that's what we got from the crate. Alex has a 4 left, and he can put in his special, but we don't have a 4 spawn point, so we're just really not doing anything with it. And now it is just time to spawn enemies on the board for Alex. Not spawn, reinforce enemies. Terminators for Alex. Alright, 2 dice. We're looking for 4, 5s, and 6s, because that'll spawn nothing. And we get a 6 and a 1. Alright, so we're going to get 1 enemy showing up for him, and that's a T-800. It's first in line for him. So let's get the T-800 showing up at spawn point 1. And yes, it's 100 miles away. We know where it is because a hunter-killer showed up there. So 1, and then this one's just going to go basically 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's on its way, but it's miles away. And that's going to be it. That's the end of all of our turns. And that's going to be the end of our episode for today. We're going to leave it off there. So once again, we need to get way, way up there and meet the truck. But in the meantime, we have to get through this facility. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. This is Terminator Genisys Rise of the Resistance. And we're playing with our Guardian Terminator, Kyle, Reese, and Alex. And this is Mission 02, mission number 2. And we'll see how we do in future episodes. So thanks so much, and I hope to see you then.